time for the show and tell. So I'm going to hand over to Tony to talk about Irish councillor listings and its planning notices. Tony.
Okay. So if you all see my desktop, I'm just going to give you a whistle-stop tour of three modules that began life with Carlow Council, and they contributed the features. So a couple of other Irish councils are also using them now. Laois were next, and then I can't take any credit for creating these modules, but I have worked on installing and customizing and configuring them for Galway County Council just recently. So the modules are the Irish Council meetings, the planning notices, and also Irish designated public officials. So the first thing to note is that all of these modules have Irish in the namespace, and there's a good reason for that, which is that they have dependencies on things like Irish municipal districts at the moment. The goal is to make these more generic so they could be used on other sites, perhaps local gov specific or any Drupal site, but they began life kind of welded to the Irish taxonomies, which we get from the local gov Irish service catalogue, which has been in the local gov project for quite some time. So what do? I'm just going to do a whistle-stop tour because they, on the face of it, are quite straightforward features. The council meetings provide a list of meeting documents, so people can come along and use the filters to find the meetings in their district or from a point in time, and go and easily find the minutes of those meetings to download, and they're kind of nicely categorized. The next one, which is kind of related and kind of similar, is the planning notices. So these are displayed in a slightly different way. It's a weekly summary of the planning list in a table for that year. So again, we've got similar kind of filter where people can choose their year or week number to find the document that they want for that week. And then the third module is the catchily titled Local Gov Irish Designated Public Officials module, which is provides information about councillors, but also directors and managers and other public officials. So we have all this information, and again, we can filter by district, and in this case, political party. So this is one of the reasons that it started life prefixed with Irish. In local gov elections module, we have UK political parties and regions, which I think some of the data comes from the ONS for elections, for area votes and that sort of thing. So at the moment, the elections module isn't compatible with the Irish data, and the Irish districts aren't compatible with the UK. So there are some probably quite easy ways that we can make it generic and support both. I've thought about having kind of one module with one where you have the base features that everything needs, and then you can install perhaps either Irish or UK, and maybe there's a dependency on elections for the UK version. And just to show very similar feature, this is that was Carlo that I was showing you, the originator, and thanks to them for developing the module with us. This is Leash, so very similar feature, just with styling to match the site. So these are the planning notices again, and we have the meetings. And what one feature is that we have rabbit hole. So if a member of the public were to go to a node, well, there isn't very much information on the meeting node itself. It's literally just the title and the document. So we have rabbit hole in place, so they can't hit the node, they just come to this page. And just to show another way that this is used is just for the management team, where we don't have necessarily all that councillor information. So just to quickly show you what's in the back end, these are quite simple nodes again. So it's quite easy to upload the information, select your meeting category, which are provided by taxonomies. So that's the council meeting. The planning notices list, very similar, just with meeting the week number as a drop down. And then the councillors are a bit more in depth, so you have lots more fields for their contact information and to select their political party and that sort of thing. So just to show you the taxonomies that we have the municipal district, and again, that's the part that isn't really compatible with the UK at the minute. The meeting categories and the political parties. These might be similar things to topics. So if we make this generic, thinking about the different categories that people use and kind of trying to reuse things rather than adding new taxonomies. And one way that I've thought of achieving that is to write these using Drupal recipes, where we can potentially use installers and make things optional and orchestrate how we get the specific Irish or UK features. So that's me.